What is up, all you sexy nerds? GrizzlyMcB here, and you are listening to and watching NITNSE New Sexy Entertainment, the podcast, Season 10.
Season
10, Episode 181. 10 years. 10 freaking years.
Isn't that interesting how Season 10 lands on our 10-year anniversary?
Well, a week late.
Well, yeah, but you know,
close enough. So, as you can tell, I'm joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, my brother from another mother, Mr. Wyldfyre 1.
That's me, baby.
So, before we get into our antics, let me explain my comment as to why Season 10 is a week late, starting out.
Because we were originally supposed to start on the day of our 21st.
September 21st, which was our 10-year anniversary. This is coming out on the 28th. Yeah, so for the last month, I've been in Seattle with my mother, who is having heart issues. And on the 17th, while I was bringing her home from Seattle, she passed away. So it's been a rough go of it.
Like the whole go was rough.
Month. Yeah.
He'd call me every day and tell me, and fucking broke my heart I couldn't be up there with him. I'm glad one of his another friend came up and we'll give credit.
One of my buddies, just like Wyld, I consider a brother, who's 10 minutes from Wyld. I messaged both of them at the same time and said, hey, she's not going to make it. He drove 16 hours straight to get up to me so that I wasn't alone. And
made me feel better too, because I didn't want to.
Me when we hit the I-5 out of Seattle, and an hour and a half later, had to pull off. So it's been a rough go. It's still a rough road ahead. Finally get home after a month, and now I have a severe inner ear infection.
Which is,
as you can tell, I'm wearing my headphones a little weird because I can't hear out of my left ear at all.
Plus, it's probably a little painful. If your infections suck, dude.
Oh yeah. So it's been rough, but talking with Wyld, we don't want to put it off anymore, and this is episode 1 of season 10, and we're dedicating this to Mama Grizz, who has been there for a few videos.
Yeah, she was there for the
last challenge.
The last challenge. You could hear her talking shit about Monster that we were talking about off podcast.
He kept telling him that he needed to breathe and chew. And so this one's for you, Mama. Rest in peace.
Much love, Mama Grizz.
So back to season 10.
Yeah, we got a pretty interesting topic.
We do.
We thought about this topic last season. We're actually interestingly enough, this was gonna be last season's finishing topic, but it turned out that we had to talk about it was gonna be our season finale, but we ended up having to talk about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Because a certain fandom maniacs bullied us into it.
I wouldn't say bullied, more like strong-armed.
Stronger, yeah. She held us at gunpoint, man. She was like, "You guys are gonna do this, or I'm gonna piss all over your cars," or I don't know. She just did some crazy shit. No, really, we just did it because it was perfect. It was good. We had the whole trilogy planned. We were gonna do it in one episode, but then we decided to do 3.
Yeah.
But all that to the side. This podcast is about our humble beginnings. Being that we started 10 years ago, 2015, on our first episode aired on September 21st. And so we're gonna kind of go through that and talk about maybe a little nostalgia, maybe give you guys a little bit of insight on how this came to be.
And for those of you that have been long-term listeners, long-term watchers, especially the listeners who have been around
since Newgrounds
before we ever did, video podcasts, which was year 4 or year 5.
I think I want to say 6, but I don't quote me. We've done so many podcasts.
I think it was year 4 or 5. Our humble beginnings start with Mr. Wyldfyre 1 himself.
Wyldfather?
The Wyld.
Bless you, my child.
But we started on Newgrounds.
Yes, on Newgrounds.
And, before, sitting down with Wyld, when he asked if I wanted to, guest on the first podcast I did, I had never heard of Newgrounds. And, he kind of opened my eyes to that. And there's so much going on Newgrounds back then.
Oh, even now. Newgrounds, I started off on Newgrounds as an audio guy. I did music, and I remember showing you some of the songs back when we first met.
And now they're all on my playlist.
And I worked with some amazing people. I had Jesse Valentine, F777. I got to know Sean Chiplock through Newgrounds, the voice actor that we're lucky enough to have on the show.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago? Really cool guy.
Yes.
It started out as an idea, and this was when I was having some issues with an ex-girlfriend, and now ex-girlfriend, but we were together, and not to put too much out there, let's just say I got my heart broke, and I needed an outlet. If you guys watched the 10-year anniversary, I kind of briefly talked about that. And those who know me know the story, like the personal people that know me personally know the story, but it was a girl that I was going to marry, that I was saving up for a ring for, and basically ghosted me. Long short of it, you know what I mean? Not to get too far into that, but so and at that time we were I think me and Sunrai at the time were talking about it. I remember calling him when they got concept. In fact, the whole name of the show is something that girl once said to me on our first date. Nerd is the new sexy.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, I'm a little nerdy. And by a little, I mean a lot. You know what I mean? And she told me, like, that first date, nerd is the new sexy. Fuck, that nerd is the new sexy. And I'm like, So about, I don't know, maybe like years, this was like maybe 5 years later. I'm in a funk, and I'm like, fuck, man, I got to do something. And I started thinking about, and I've always wanted to do a podcast. And it's because of situations like, okay, I was on a podcast with Clovis years ago. And these are all names I have to say because they're big parts of why this project exists. I was on with Clovis, and like I enjoyed his I enjoyed talking and giving my 2 cents so much that I decided, hey man, I can do this myself. And so then, I got a hold of Sunrai, and I told him the idea, and we just back and forth like we always did, and we started doing it. And at one point, I'm going to tell you guys, the first season was rocky. Like, and Grizz knows, because Grizz has heard about it. We've had our ups and downs and some drama, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But the first season was rocky because I'm Grizz understands when I say this. I'm a creature of scheduling, of planning. And I like it when things go according to plan. First season, nothing went according to plan. I was editing day before the podcast came out, and I was freaking out. And I'll give Sunrise some credit. He helped a little bit. He did a little helping. He did edit a few podcasts, so that helped. But but there's a lot of moments where I'd get calls in the 10 minutes before we're supposed to do this. Oh, hey, bro, I can't do this. I got this going on, or I'm sick, or some other shit. And I get that. I'm pretty understanding about that.
Good rendition.
To an extent. You like that? Yeah. Sounded right. It sounded just like him, right?
Yep.
But so there'd be moments where I'd have like mini freakouts, and I'd call all of my friends. I'd call Grizzly, and that's how Gambit became a part of the show. I first I went to Gambit. I was like, Gambit, man, I have no one to do this with. I need your help, buddy. And I want to be continuous because I don't, in my heart of hearts, I think if I'm not continuous, then, or people aren't going to see me, take me seriously, or take us seriously, take this seriously. So, that's what we did. It started with Gambit, and then down the line, Gambit started doing the not showing up thing. Bless him. He had stuff going on. I'm not trying to throw shade.
He had a lot of stuff going on.
I'm not trying to throw shade, but he had his own shit going on, and that's understandable. And he was fun to have on the show. No lie. Yeah. He was not afraid of telling you how it was, and he was
in your debate himself.
Yes. So, and then I think I want to say what I could be wrong. It was like 20. It was like maybe episode 17 or 20. It was close to. It was season 1 or 2. It was either the end of season 1 or the beginning of season 2 that I had you on.
Favorite superhero and what superhero movie because remember that was the one that we had to record twice.
You might be right.
Because of Skype.
Oh God. I'm glad you said that because I fucking forgot. That was one of the points I wanted to make. We record off of OBS now. We record off of a much better Discord, fucking things.
Discord and OBS. Yeah.
Discord and OBS. But back then we had Skype and we would just do audio, of course. But I had this like little program that Clovis gave me to record the audio with. And for some reason, Skype hated it. Like Skype, it worked the first fucking 20, like the first season. By season 2, it stopped working. Skype cut off whatever. So I had to find another program, which eventually stopped working because Skype did cut that shit off too. Eventually I just found OBS. Thank God. I got into streaming and I was like, why don't I just use OBS? OBS is easier. But Skype, fuck you, Skype. I'm glad you're gone. It's gone, right? Skype's gone, right?
No, just nobody uses it.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you, Skype. Like it's the sad thing is Skype used to be a good program.
Season 2, episode 23. Superpowers, superheroes, and superhero movies.
Oh, okay.
That we liked or wanted to see.
That's right, because I remember us talking shit about Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know who he was and like how bad a Superman he was, but who knew he'd be a good Witcher?
Right.
What a good actor and a nerd.
I pulled up to get the full name, and I remember you about lost your shit because you wanted me to do a specific opening for that one.
Yeah.
It was screw you guys and gun
All right, wait. Are you sure? I thought that was where me, you, and Gambit were like I'm Batman and I'm Superman, and you're like, and I'm Deadpool.
No. That was later on in the season.
Okay. Yeah. It's been so many episodes that it's hard to keep up with all of them.
Yeah. Like Wyld said, he is a creature of schedule. He likes things done when they say they're going to be done. Now me, I've learned over the years that I have severe OCD when it comes to scheduling. Because of my lineup that I've done for the last 2 decades.
Well, one, you and I have both worked together, and we used to do scheduling,
yeah. So this season, instead of hey, who wants to do a podcast today? It's oh, hey, guess what? You're scheduled for a podcast.
Yeah.
So we got with the entire crew and a few of the friends of the project that reached out and said, hey, I'd like to be a part of this podcast this season, if that's okay. And I've made an entire schedule of the season.
While he was going, while he even while he was in like out of state.
Week 1 while I was in Seattle.
Yeah. So
and mind you, we live in Central California. So when I say it was a 16-hour drive one way, it was a 16-hour drive one way.
Yeah. So we've gone through a lot of different crew members. And of course, some of them just had to go because, that's life. They wanted to do their own thing in some cases. In some cases, other things
they
came
just
up.
had to go.
Yeah. And as our crew kind of changed, I want to say we've kind of leveled up and gotten better throughout the years.
We've grown.
Yes, we have grown, very much so.
We had that conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
I know it's nerd lingo, but we've grown.
I like to level up.
It just reminds me of that TikTok of that little kid. You can't talk to me like that. I'm grown. Yeah, well then why are you still in diapers?
and honestly, it's been fun no matter what. Like all throughout the whole thing, I've learned a lot. You know what I mean?
We all have.
Well, yeah, we all have. We've learned a lot about content creation and platforming and just having fun doing it. It's really cool. The gameplays, the streams that we're doing are fun. That's what season 1 was mostly. Sunrise and I think maybe season Gambit.
1, season 2, and most of season 3 was just like random videos here and there, but it wasn't really, attached to the program itself.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really do Let's Plays or streams until
we just played.
Yeah. We just played games and then I think the first Let's Play, or not even Let's Play, the first game we played through as a full playthrough on the channel was you and me. And as the podcast went on, we eventually got True, right? Mm-hmm. And I think he was a crew member before I actually recruited you in, or was it the other way around?
The other way around.
Okay, so I recruited you and then got True, and True worked really hard for us. I was really proud of that guy. He did a good job. Then we got Minder, and then I think about that time we kind of lost Gambit.
Yeah, because he was going through a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah,
and at least he reached out and said, "Hey, I can't do this anymore."
Yeah, he did do the last Star Wars movie with us, though, I think, or one of them.
Yes,
and we talked, and he was cool enough for that. Sadly enough, I don't have no contact with the guy anymore. He's just doing his own thing. Bless him. I hope he's doing well, and that's really all I can. I mean, same thing with Minder and True. I know that True's doing his own thing on Press Start to Continue. I hope them the best of luck. Then we recruited. I want to say, okay, we got you during that time. I think was
Minder left.
Yeah,
and then we got
Baby Girl of Doom.
Baby Girl of Doom, and Monster.
Yes, and Monster absolutely loved to torment that girl, or talk shit, or rage at her.
We all did.
Yeah,
it was fun and easy.
She was one of our favorite goofballs. I'll put it that way. She had stuff going on in life and had to worry about money and stuff like that. So that's understandable.
So I think we got Baby Girl of Doom and Monster.
Yeah.
And then True went off to do his thing with Press Start to Continue.
Yeah. Well, before we go any further, I feel like it needs to be said that you guys talked me into we got to tell the story about you guys talking me into doing video podcasts.
So I want to say it was like between season 4 and season 5.
Well, that's a season where we're actually doing video podcasts where we're like, hey, look, we're all here. So, I mean.
Yeah. So we had talked about, we'd sit down and have our little crew meetings. And I had mentioned, hey, what if we did, like a live stream podcast, just kind of like as a tester to see, how it looks, how it goes. And it was originally supposed to be me and Wyld, and it wound up being me, Wyld, True,
everybody,
Baby Girl of Doom.
No, it was Baby Girl of Doom.
No, it was before. It was
Minder and Gambit.
And Gambit.
Well, it started off. You and I were just talking, and all of a sudden we get like a message. I want to join. And the thing is I asked these guys beforehand, and at the time they're like, no, it's okay. Okay, well, that's fine. And then we started. And next thing you know, bling, everyone's joining in.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is that's where I learned, when you have too many cooks in the kitchen,
nothing gets cooked.
The soup tastes like shit.
Yeah.
So it was a situation of everyone talking at once. It was just so bad that we had to scrap that podcast and actually record one later on.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a learning moment, you know?
Yeah. So then we decided that, for our opener for season 5, we would
Season 5 or 6, I can't remember.
Pretty sure it was 5.
It's okay. But the opener for that, the season that we started doing
we
video
wound up
podcasts.
doing video podcasts.
Yeah.
Now it was sometime, I want to say season 3, early season 4, we made the transition from Shite Skype to Discord.
Yeah. We realized that Discord actually had pretty decent visualizations. The audio was good. I was scared it was going to sound tinny like most of these programs did at first. That includes Skype.
and I thought about Discord because I was using Discord to play League of Legends back then.
Back with Dread, I think.
With Dread, yeah. So I had mentioned that to Wyld, and he said, "Okay, well, let me take a look at it." And then we started, using Discord to do our audio podcast.
Made our own channel.
Yeah, we made our own channel, and immediately had a decent number for the time of people joining up. A lot of them were friends that we either played video games with, or like Wyld said, he had been on several other podcasts in the past. Clovis.
Yeah. LK.
LK. A few of their
eventually Fandom. Fandom joined us.
Yeah, Fandom. Yeah.
She joined us from LK's community, actually. And then
so then I saw that they had added video calls. So I hit Wyld up one day and said, "Hey, jump on Discord." We jumped on Discord, and I, at the time, that's how ancient it was. I was doing everything off of my phone. So that's why you notice in most of those early podcasts, I was laying down like this.
Yeah, laying down a lot. You know how many people could text me joking like, "Oh, is Grizzly laying down with his feet up again?" It became a meme, dude.
And I was doing it just to get under certain people's skin.
It was fucking hilarious.
At the end, yeah. I'll do okay. So I'll never forget. I'm laying in my room, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a podcast, and it was you, me, and I want to say it was one of the times that Gambit had come back when we started doing the video podcast. I'm laying in bed, and I'm on my stomach holding my phone, and I just kick my feet up, and I'll just start kicking. And I just remember Gambit going from the middle of what he was saying to, "Are those your fucking feet?" It was just so funny.
Yeah, again, the guy had no filter, and that's one of the things that was so good about him. But when you guys came to me about, because it was you, Minder, and full flashback here, you, Minder, and True that came to me about doing video podcasts. I hated the idea at first.
Yeah, you really did.
Because I don't like change. You know what I mean? Like we just got into the flow of audio podcasts, and we were just kind of getting our feet, our sea legs, so to speak. And then now you guys are like, "Let's do a video podcast. Let's put our faces all over the internet." And I'm like, okay, I don't like that, but yeah, I'm a fair guy. I'm willing to try something. And so we did it, and it was fun, and it was good. And I think I don't know if it was the first video podcast we did was the Brady Bunch thing, but it was pretty close to the first one.
I don't think it was.
It might have been a season after that, but I know it was a season beginning. But that was probably one of my favorite ones we did, was the Brady Bunch thing. That was funny as shit, because we noticed we were all like stacked on top of each other in Discord, and we're like, you know what? Let's make this a thing. So
and it was actually around that time, because we were starting to do more gameplay and little skits and stuff. Like Wyld said, the original concept of the project was nerd is the new sexy. Well, I wanted to see if, because we were several seasons in, if, we kind of made a name for ourselves. We had, at the time, I don't know, 200 followers, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I Google searched
200 more than I thought we'd ever have.
Yeah. And lo and behold, what did I find? A German clothing line called Nerd is the New Sexy. So I got with Wyld and said, okay, so here's the issue.
Well, there's also another YouTube channel that's I was Swedish, or he speaks another language.
Yeah,
it's a really good channel. Don't get me wrong, the channel's good. I looked into it, and it's just Nerd is the New Sexy. And when you told me that, you and I brainstormed, and there was a guy at work. You know who I'm talking about. There's a guy I used to work with that he changed his name to something TV at the end of it. And I was like, you know what? We do entertainment. We don't just do podcasts. So why don't we?
Nerd is the New Sexy Entertainment.
Yeah, because there's plenty of Nerds is the New Sexy. In fact, I remember True at one point was pushing me to change the name because he said it's too long. And I'm like, no, why change the name? You have podcasts out there like or shows like Good Mythical Morning. That's pretty fucking long.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, it's not that big a deal. Back in my old house, I loved to do skits. I was so happy about skits. And that's something that, like, I was excited when True first came on board, because him and I, when Grizz and I worked together at the certain haunted mall that we've talked about in the past, True worked there too, but he worked there in one of the stores. And True and I would always sit and just brainstorm skit ideas. And one of them happened to be like this funny ass skit where, like, I can say this because we never used it, but we did work off of it. There was a funny skit where Freddy Krueger's head is like in the toilet while someone's taking a shit or pissing, and he looks down and you see him like, "Hello, bitch," It's like, so like we were trying to figure out how to do that, and we're like, "Fuck, okay, well we can't necessarily do that, but we can do something else." And that's where the 12 days of coal in your stocking or whatever it was made, and that was a really fun one to do. That was probably our first skit, skit on the channel. And then there was other moments, and what I'm getting to is then we get to one of the ones that I know Grizz fucking loved. the gamekeeper. Yeah. Oh man, I haven't used that voice in a long time.
Hello, fuckers.
Today we have a very special guest. We have Baby Girl Doom playing Fuck You. So, like,
in case we've ruined that for anybody,
yeah, I apologize. I apologize. I mean, come on, like it's like figured out Santa Claus isn't real, I guess.
What?
But no, the behind the scenes of that's what I kind of want to get to.
Oh, that's so much fun with the behind the scenes.
We had so many, like, okay, the first time we did it, I called Grizz on the phone and I'm like, "Hey, dude, I have this really cool idea for a skit, but I can't do it alone." And the first year it was just me and him. He came down and we kind of planned it out. And I got a cousin named Matt. Well, we played Wii games with him, Maximus. You've heard us talk about him a few times. And Jimmy Bones got his name from Maximus. Maximus did this really goofy voiceover with him one time on a YouTube video that is no longer up. But it was really funny, and I was like, I want to do something like that. And what Maximus did was he did this thing to where he can make the mouth move with a string. And so I was like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, And he's like, that's a good idea. And we're like, okay. Then I think we did it the month before October, like September, like around this time,
because we wanted to get it all edited and put together and everything.
For the four Fridays of September or October or whatnot. And so like you came over. It was like a whole weekend. We recorded it in one night, I think, 1 or 2 nights, I think.
So we did several takes for the first week.
Well, the funny thing is that we had some video issues because some of it didn't record.
We got all the way through it
the first night.
Like, man, that's perfect. and the battery was dead in the camera. It got like, hello, and then just died. We were like, are you fucking kidding me?
By the way, my mom laughs every time she hears that Jimmy Bones laugh, by the way. She chugs. She's like, that is fucking hilarious.
In case, you're wondering, especially our older audience around our ages or a little older, so I know there are some of you out there. Yes, that was inspired by the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, of course it was. The whole idea was Games from the Crypt, Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Like my character, the gamekeeper, was supposed to be the equivalent of the Crypt Keeper, but we both kind of went our own ways on like representing him with the voices. And yeah, I would love to do that again. Eventually in the future, if we ever get a chance, we can. I'm kind of not in the situation where I want to be able to do that right now. But who knows? Season 1 was great.
Yeah.
And season 2 was even better.
Season 2 of that, we upped the production. We had a camera / sound man in Monster 74.
Monster. This was, I don't think, was he a part of the crew? He was just a guest at that point.
No, not yet. He was just a guest at that time.
But he loved doing that. I had the smoke machine set up. He was in charge of, was you or he was in charge?
I was in charge of the smoke machine.
You were in charge of the smoke machine.
And moving Jimmy Bones.
Yep. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, and moving Jimmy Bones, and then we had Monster in the background, and then we put like kind of like a backdrop quite like this one. And of course it worked really good in black and white.
Oh yeah.
And then of course the smoke machine was funny. We had so many outtakes on. Those are actually online.
Yeah, and those outtakes were so funny. So it was, I want to say it was like the second take that we were doing of it, because we were wanting to change the wording on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The button on the smoke machine stuck open, so it looked like the house was on fire.
Yeah.
Like through the camera, you could barely see the outline of Wyld standing there. And I go to do my laugh and inhale a bunch of that smoke and just start coughing.
It was really fun.
We had to open the door and the windows. And
that whole thing was, I mean, even the first one was filmed in my living room. Mm-hmm. That house. And like I said, we changed it around the second season, and I don't think I think we just ad-libbed everything. We never really scripted it out. We just knew who to talk about, who was playing the game.
Yep.
And
what game, and it was kind of, okay, I'm going to say a line, then you say a line, then I'll say a line, then you say a line, then we'll...
So when that came out, that was fun. And then, of course, I put the bloopers out just because that was just too amazing.
So funny.
Let's go. I think our last real skit as kind of a joke was when you were over for... It was like the last day you were over for, I want to say the Doki Doki. Oh no, it wasn't Doki Doki. It was
for the Colonel Sanders.
It was for Colonel Sanders when you recorded at the house, and then we decided to do that the
photo shoot.
The pirate.
Oh yeah, the pirates. Yeah.
The pirate.
That was freaking fun and hilarious.
And as the podcast continued on, we brought in Monster.
Mm-hmm.
We brought in Ice Cold at the time, later changed his name to 360. Ice Cold, Shattered Blade. And then we brought Reese in. Reese had to do his own thing, but Reese is back. He's kind of our silent partner. And then, of course, we brought in Fandom. Fandom, I think, was our latest. And
she was a mod for us for a while.
I was going to say, we made her a mod because she was just really good about doing things. When we did the 10-year anniversary video, I had this plan. You can ask Grizz. I had that plan months in advance. And Grizz was the only one that was really in on the mystery gift that we got the crew.
Yep.
And he actually helped pay for half. I paid for the other half because we're nerd working nerds. We don't have YouTube money.
Yeah. You hear that, YouTube?
You hear that, YouTube? Get your shit together. I told him about that, and we did that, and I was like, okay, guys, whoever can do it, make a video, an unboxing video, and then we'll put it on the 10-year anniversary. Grizz did it, Monster did it, and I think Shattered Blade did it.
Shattered Blade did it, yeah.
And you got, before you left, I mean, before you even went up there, you did the video for the unboxing and the thank you to the fans.
Yes.
And that was, you know, where that came in. No, and honestly, man, you were sincere. I could hear it in your voice. And that's where I'm getting to. Like I had, when I was recording that video, there was a few times I had to stop because I was getting like a little choked up. You know what I mean? Like, I never thought that I'd do something that, I mean, one, I have a lot of love for this project. And it's come a long way. It's been my baby. It's been our baby now. Mm-hmm. And it's been something that, you know, we've kind of watered and fed, and it's become what it is today. And take that as you will. And you know, we've hit a few road bumps along the years, but we've learned from those road bumps and became the nerds we are today in that aspect.
Because Wyld, above all people, know that not just him, but this project has helped me through some really hard times. Mm-hmm. Especially with this project starting, you know, right after one of the hardest times in my life, losing both my grandparents, and then you know, getting to jump on and help out with this project, and you know, kind of given me some reins to get things together, and, you know, help push us into the future with, you know, streaming schedules, and, you know, now the podcast schedules. And
well, it's not something I can do alone. You know, I
doing
learned
their
that
things when they're supposed to do them. Yeah.
The crew we have now, I'm not down in the crew in the past, but the crew we have now is fucking perfect. Yeah. Everyone works hard. When I ask for something, they do it. But no, it's been a ride, and I hope that the ride lasts much longer, because it's been fun.
Yes, definitely.
The gameplays we're doing are great. I mean, think about where we started. We started doing that breakout of prison game that I still can't fucking remember the name of. The True actually introduced us to. Yeah. And then that was like our first gameplay.
Something like that.
Huh? A Way Out or something like that. Yeah.
A Way Out. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Where it was really cool. I remember freaking out because that guy's dingaling was on stream, and I was like, Twitch, no, don't ban me. You know, and you're like, is that a dick? I'm like, yeah, that's a dick. You cannot deny that that's a dick. So, you know, and thank God for being able to edit that shit out, or I blurred it. I don't remember what I did, but I did something. But yeah, we've come a long way, and we plan on continuing this beautiful journey that we're on, and playing more games. And you guys, we want to hear from you, and what you guys want to see us play, and what you want to hear us talk about, and go on from there. There is a number you guys can reach us at. But if there's a number you guys can call, what's that number, Grizz?
That number is 559-997-6803. Again, that number is 559-997-6803. We won't answer, but we will get the message.
Oh yeah, and if you guys want your voice on the show, we can just say it's okay to do it on the voicemail, and we'll do it. Well, guys, I guess we'll wind down. That's the end of the podcast. We thank you for watching and listening and joining us on our 10th year of doing this. Jesus Christ.
Yes, thank you.
It's been fun, and we'll see what we talk about next week, and who we have with us next week, and all that fun stuff. So till then, guys, we'll see you. Stay nerdy.
And stay sexy. Always.